The Pope has come under questioning today, not because he'd visited North Italy and the tomb of the Pope who reigned for about 4 months and then resigned and became a hermit again, but because last week he referenced Daria Dugina as somebody who had been killed in a barbaric and senseless and repugnant and sacrilegious way. Absolutely true. But the fact that her death was appalling and the fact that she was a victim of terrorism doesn't mean she wasn't also an appalling apologist for Putin's war on Ukraine, for the Kremlin's so-called special military operation. And she and her father, who is a crazy Russian academic, believe me, I know all about crazy Russian academics who are frankly up themselves and obsessed with their own, quote, logic. I do not understand it. They can go on for hours and hours and hours. And he's definitely in that mold. So the Ukrainian ambassador to the Holy See has complained that the Pope had placed aggressor and victim in the same sentence. I think he was right to, because we must condemn death, and we must condemn senseless death, however that occurs, and that is the nature of war. More than that, unless the Ukraine wishes to claim responsibility for Daria Dugina's death, which it doesn't, and in fact it wishes to distance itself from Daria Dugina's death, Ukraine has nothing to do with it, then actually it should be joining in this condemnation of a senseless and meaningless act of violence and terrorism. At the same time, the FSB, rather like Liz Truss, will not accept defeat. And although there is a clear organisation claiming responsibility for Daria Dugina's death, the FSB is still obsessed with this Estonia connection and the lady with the 12-year-old child, and now another suspect who went off to Estonia the day before. The point is, Daria Dugina was not expected to be in that car. Her father was expected to be in that car. So laying out a plot that is focused on the assassination of Daria Dugina, as the FSB have been doing in the last few days, is nonsensical. It's sort of it's defending its own inadequacy, I fear, and when people are in this position, there's no stopping them. They will just continue and continue and continue. Dig a ditch. It's pitiful, really. The FSB simply cannot do its job properly. But that is because it's being controlled by Putin's twits and a dictator who is more interested in his own authority than in getting things done is going to be surrounded by twits. And I think Liz Truss should take that comment to heart. A dictator, a leader who is more intent on her own survival and her own importance, will not get things done.